Hello everyone, welcome to Best Recipes with Sharon. I'm excited to bring a recipe to you today that's my very own layered Montreal chicken casserole. It's a great way to use up leftover chicken, or it's worth it even to cook up the chicken just to put in this, and even if you have to stop by the grocery store to pick up some that's already been freshly baked, you only need a couple pieces to equal about 2 cups of chopped chicken. And it's up to you if you want to use white meat or dark meat or a bit of both. Alright, so we start with that, and I'll show you what I do to prepare the chicken for on top of the casserole. You'll need about a cup of flour and some Montreal chicken seasoning. So you'll add a total of about 3 tablespoons of the Montreal seasoning to the 1 cup of all-purpose flour, and mix that in until it's thoroughly combined. I use a medium-sized frying pan and melt enough Bissell margarine to cover the bottom of the frying pan. Dip the pieces of chicken in the flour mixture and shake off any excess before putting the chicken in the frying pan. Continue coating all the pieces until you have it all used up. And as it's frying, flip the chicken over so that it browns slightly, and add a little bit more Bissell margarine as you need it. Continue moving the chicken pieces around and turning them over until they're well coated and slightly browned. Then remove the chicken from the heat and set it aside until you're ready to use it. Preheat your oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. Then take 3 medium-sized fresh potatoes and wash them. Leaving the peelings on, just cut them into small pieces and place them in the bottom of a medium-sized casserole dish. And spread the potatoes out evenly over the bottom of the dish. This completes the first layer, and the rest gets pretty easy as we continue to build the casserole. So for the next layer, just slice half of a sweet onion over the top of the potatoes. And once again, make sure it's evenly distributed. Then I sprinkle a little bit of salt and pepper over it. Use 12 ounces of canned corn and pour that over the top of the casserole, using juice and all, because that will help to add to the flavor. And for the next layer, add a heaping cupful of frozen peas and carrots. And spread that out evenly. Then top it off with the prepared chicken. Now then, cover the top with the 284 ml can of cream of chicken soup. And spread this out evenly to cover the top of the chicken. It will help to keep it from drying out while it's baking in the oven. Now the juice that we used from the canned corn is probably enough to bake this properly, but if you want a little bit more moisture, you can add a little bit of vegetable broth, but it really doesn't need it. So if you do, just add maybe 1/4 of a cup and just let it run down through the casserole. Cover the casserole with a little bit of tin foil and place it in the oven on the middle rack. Then bake it for about 25 minutes with the tin foil on, and then remove the tin foil and bake it for another 25 minutes. By then, the potatoes should be nice and tender, and you can test that by putting a knife through it. Remove the casserole from the oven and sprinkle some MOZZA cheddar on top of the casserole. You'll probably use about a cup of this, because you don't want it too thick, you just want it to be complementary. Then place it back in the oven and turn the oven on broil, and only keep it in there for a few minutes until the cheese is brown and bubbly. Cook it closely because it doesn't take very long. Then remove it from the oven and get ready to dish up. So alright, let's see how this looks. steaming hot and looks really appetizing. And it smells really good too. Alright, so it passed the taste test. It tastes really good too. You've got to try this. Can I dish some up for you? Oh, wish we could. But you do have the recipe, so go make some.